Welcome to the fifth and final day of the Copilot mini challenge. Today, we're going to pull together a lot of the pieces that we've been working on this week and create a PowerPoint presentation with Copilot's help. Go to m365.cloud.microsoft. In the left-hand navigation menu, select Apps. In the content area towards the top right side of the screen, select PowerPoint. This will launch the web version of PowerPoint. On the left side of the screen, click Create Blank Presentation. If you are using the Copilot chat that comes with the standard business license, you will go to the Home ribbon and on the far right side of the screen, click Copilot. Click the plus sign in the chat box to reference a document. In this example, I'm going to pull in the information from the research I did on day 2 that I sent to a Copilot page on day 3 and then turned into a Word document called 508 Analysis. Now I'm going to add a prompt where I ask Copilot to use the Word document as the source of information to create a presentation based on the research that I've done so far. The prompt tells Copilot that first we want to talk about what the regulation is, why it's important, and then what we should do about it. The results in the chat pane shows several sections for the different slides that are suggested. There are 2 ways that we can extract this information. The first is to scroll down to the bottom of the prompt and then click the copy button. Then what I like to do is insert a blank slide and just dump the whole thing onto that slide. And don't worry about if it goes past the viewable area, because what you can do is just copy and paste the information as you're building your deck. You can also ask Copilot to generate a PowerPoint file for you. And as a tip, you can do that as part of the original prompt. The reason I don't do that very often is I've not had the best luck with Copilot putting the information on a template that I like, and it ends up being more work to switch the templates out later. So behind the scenes, I found a template that I prefer, and then I copied all the information from the blank slide into the appropriate places on the template. And I went and grabbed the images that we created in day 4 of the challenge and then put them onto the appropriate slides. So based on the activities from the mini challenge this week, we did some research, pulled everything together in one document, generated some images, and then created a PowerPoint presentation for the managers based on an applicable regulation. There's still a little bit of work to do to clean up this presentation and add some better images, but using the available Copilot resources, I've gotten a pretty good start on this presentation in a shorter time than if I would have done it all myself. Today's stretch challenge is for those of you who have the Microsoft 365 Copilot Premium license. I've opened the PowerPoint desktop app, and in the template area at the top, you can see the option for Create with Copilot. In the dialog box, I can reference my file or even the loop page. Then I'm going to go ahead and run the same prompt that we've been using. When you have Microsoft 365 Copilot, it's doing something a little bit different. First, we have an outline organized by section, and you can move the contents around, delete them, or add a new topic if you feel like one is missing. Then, when you're ready, scroll down to the presentation style section, and you can choose one of the Microsoft templates or any templates that your organization may have uploaded for branding and consistency. After selecting a presentation style, you can update your image preferences. The source can be AI-generated images created with Copilot or stock images from the Microsoft Content Library. If you choose AI-generated images, you can also decide the style of the image. So let's go with geometric 3D and see what it comes up with. And then I will click Generate Slides. Now, because I did ask for generated images instead of stock images, this can take quite a while for Copilot to finalize the result. When the slides are ready, you will see them in a thumbnail view, and if even half of them are in a style that you want, I would select Keep It, because if you select Discard, it's going to get rid of everything and you have to start over. So even though I don't really care for this orange background, I'm going to go ahead and keep these slides. Then I'm going to go to the View tab at the top of the screen, and in the Presentation View section, select Normal so that I can see the slides full screen and then make any updates that I need to. So for example, I think this font color is a little light and hard to read, which is probably not a good idea for a presentation about accessibility. I'm also not a big fan of the color for the section slides. So I'm going to go to Design Suggestions and choose something that is more appropriate for my organization's style guide. Most of the AI-generated images are pretty good, but I still want to use the infographic created in the Day 4 challenge, so I can just insert that into the appropriate slide. So there you go. That's the end of our 5-day challenge to learn how Copilot can help us with our daily work. Leave me a comment and let me know one thing that you learned this week.